Alright. Imagine this scenario. You're at your friend's house and you decide to pick up their guitar. You start strumming around a bit, you gain some confidence, you're feeling pretty good, you sound good, and then all of a sudden, one of the strings breaks. What do you do? Well, today I'm going to show you how you can replace the string on a guitar in 4 easy steps. So whether you play now, whether you might learn to play in the future, or even if you might end up playing on someone else's guitar, it's essential to know how to replace the string on a guitar. Having played for over 4 years now, I can assure you that it's not, or I've had to replace a number of guitar strings, and I can assure you that it's not as difficult or as technical as you might think. But before we get into this, I would like to cover some guitar terminology with you, just so that we're all speaking the same language. So, right here, this is the bridge, and then these little balls here are the posts, and then this up here is the peg box. These are the pegs, and then these are the tuning knobs. So, in order to replace an old or broken guitar string, first remove the old string, then attach the new string to the bridge, then secure the new string to the peg box, and then fourth and finally, you'll want to tune the string to the right note. So, as I just said, the first step in replacing a guitar string is to remove the old string. So if the string is not already broken, like mine is not, then you'll need to release the tension on the string, just about that much, I'd say, and then clip it with some wire cutters. Now you'll want to remove the top part of the string, and in order to do this, just unwind it from that peg and slip it out. After doing that, you want to remove the second half of the string. To do this, just remove this peg or this post here. I like using my wire cutters to do this. Some people can use their fingers, but mine are just a little bit too tightly in there. So you just kind of pull it out like that and set it off to the side. Don't lose it. Then, after the post is out, the string will come right out with it. So after removing the string from the guitar, you're ready for step 2, which is to attach the new string to the bridge. So just take your new string out, and then one of the ends has a ball on it, and you want to take that end and feed that into the hole that the string just came out of. And you'll also want to take your post and slide the post in to secure the string to the bridge. But one important note, when you're doing this, there is a slot in the peg, and you want to have that slot facing the string so that the string can slide up into the slot. So you just push the slot in like that, and make sure the ball is facing the right way, and then just push it in, and then kind of pull up a little bit on the string as you push the post in. And then just kind of press it in there, make sure it's nice and tight. So now we have the string secured to the bridge. So we're ready for step 3. Step 3 in replacing an old or broken guitar string is to attach the string to the peg box. In order to do this, you'll want to take your string and stretch it up to its corresponding peg. So I'm replacing the 3rd string from the top, so it's going to be this 3rd peg here. So once you stretch it up there, just measure about 1.5 inches, maybe about 2 inches, anywhere in between there, past that peg, and clip it off with your wire cutters. This just gives you the right amount of string to wind around the peg without giving you too much or too little. So now, just take your string and put it into the little hole on that peg, and make sure that you put it in from inside to outside. And when you put it in, just make sure that there's just a little bit sticking out, not too much. Then, just wind the string up with the tuning knob. I'm just going to get it started real quick. And then once you kind of get it started, then you can just kind of hold it back here and keep some tension on that string when you wind it. And it can take a little bit of time to wind it, but just wind it up. And unfortunately, I don't have this. There's this special tool that winds it up really quickly, but I do not have that, so it takes a little bit of time. And one important thing to note when you're doing this is make sure to wind it so it's going from the top to the bottom. This just allows the string to wind or to be in the right spot. But if that doesn't work out, sometimes it doesn't, then it's not a big deal. I've had it work both ways. And you'll want to just wind it up so that there's a little bit of tension on the string. You won't need to wind it any further for this step. I'm almost there. As I said, this step can take a little bit of time. Alright, and just like that, there's some tension on the string. It's still way too low though. So that will bring us to our fourth step, which is to tune the string to the right note. So what you want to do is grab a tuner and turn it on. And you can get a tuner on your phone, like there's apps, or you can get a tuner like this one, which will attach to the top of your guitar. But I'm just going to use this little handheld tuner. And once you have it turned on, then just begin plucking the string. And you'll want to tune it up because it's going to be way too low. But then just keep tuning it and listen, or this will tell you if your string's too low or too high. And just tune it up if it's too low, or tune it down if it's too high. And just like that, your string will be tuned. So, as a recap, when you're placing an old or broken guitar string, first remove the old string. Then fasten the new string to the bridge. Third, attach the new string to the peg box. And then fourth and finally, tune the string to the right note. Now, before I conclude my speech, I would like to cover one quick note. When you're choosing a string to replace your old string, you'll want to make sure to get the right type of string. There are two types that are most commonly used, and that's going to be the nylon string and the steel string. Most guitars will use the steel string, and it'll be easy to tell which one your guitar uses because steel strings look like a steel wire, whereas nylon strings just look like a plastic kind of, definitely not a steel wire, just plastic and clear. And with all this in mind, I think you're ready to put the string on yourself. So, if you do end up breaking a string on your friend's guitar, you'll know what to do. Thank you for listening.